Do you want to know who the big bettors in Vegas are getting down on today? I'm talking about the guys in betting syndicates who can move the lines, the guys who hammer a game hard 20 minutes before kickoff. Hi everyone, Al DeMarco here, General Manager of the world's largest online sports gambling community, PickNation.com. You want the inside scoop direct from Vegas? Well, I've got it for you with our revolutionary new service, Insider Money Moves. And now you can get a 3-day free trial to check it out at PickNation.com. With Insider Money Moves, we get the plays of Vegas's heavy hitters direct from our contacts and sources in sports books around town. And now you can get them for free for 3 days with our trial of Insider Money Moves. I've been a professional sports handicapper, guys, for over 25 years. In that time, I've heard a lot of guys claim to have the inside scoop and late steam moves from Vegas. Trust me, they never did. Insider Money Moves is the real deal. 96-69 in football last season. Get a 3-day free trial now at PickNation.com. If you like money and fantasy football, you're going to love this free offer to make money with DraftStreet.com. In fact, you've got a chance to win my money because I'm running a $300 league today where the top 7 finish in the money. Hi guys, Al DeMarco here, and today you'll be competing against my team and amongst yourselves to win my money. Fantasy sports have changed over the years, making them more lucrative. No more waiting to get paid at the end of the season. With DraftStreet.com, you get instant gratification. Here's the deal. Go to DraftStreet.com right now. Enter this code, DeMarco, my last name. That's going to get you access to my league today. Entry costs absolutely nothing. It's free to play for a shot at winning my money. You have a $100,000 salary cap to draft your team. You've got until the 1 p.m. Eastern Time kickoffs to set your roster, and the winners will be determined when the Monday night game is over. Remember, the top 7 finish in the money with my $300 at stake. Go to DraftStreet.com, use the passcode DeMarco. Build your team now. We are in the final stretch here of the Pick Nation Report. Al DeMarco along with Steve Budin. You just saw the ad, guys. $300 of my money at stake. Top 7 finish in the money. Free contest entry over at DraftStreet.com simply by using my last name, DeMarco. First half hour of the show, and if you missed any portion of the show, you can catch it over on PickNation.com in its entirety. We had Trace Adams, our handicapper, joining us from PickNation.com live from Atlanta. He liked Miami plus the points against San Diego. I wouldn't touch this game. I know the Dolphins are a point spread covering machine on the road, but 0-3 is 0-3.
And the problem is this game started out at 9 and now it's 7. So if you're going to jump on the Dolphins, it's a little too late for that.
Yeah, so that's why I think you go the other way. The Sharps already got down on this game Sunday night in Vegas. You go the other way, and you go ahead and take San Diego in this one if you're so inclined. I wouldn't be. Green Bay, 13-point favorite at home against Denver. Broncos on the road for a second straight week. Green Bay really played well, 27-17 at Chicago last week. They're 3-0 straight up, 2-1 against the spread. Aaron Rodgers, 7 receivers. He spread the wealth. 7 receivers caught a pass last week when he threw for 297 yards and 3 touchdowns in that Chicago game. But what I like is they got the ground game going with Ryan Grant, 17 carries, 92 yards. I think when they make the commitment to let Grant or James Starks run the ball, it makes Rodgers all the more deadly. I think if you're going to play this, you got to go with the Packers.
Yeah, A-Rod, super hot right now. 8 touchdown passes versus 1 interception. When Green Bay is rolling, you either go with them or you pass on the game. Denver Broncos, major identity crisis. They don't know who they are at this point. I don't see them being able to muster up anything against this Packer team. 13 points. Bookmakers are trying to trap you into taking those 13 points. When they do that, the only thing to do is to lay the 13 points. Don't be scared. Lay the big wood on Green Bay. You got yourself a winner here.
And you know, you said it a couple weeks ago. Sometimes you just have to go ahead and lay the chalk with the big favorite because they will come in. And even though the Dogs were 5 games over 500 last week and they're ahead on the season, I'm telling you, it's cyclical. You're going to see the favorites start coming around.
This is the best team in football. What's the price supposed to be?
Exactly. And it's set that high because they're begging you to get some action on Denver to even out the score.
Absolutely.
Guys, good game. New England, -4.5 against Oakland. You know what happened with the Patriots last week, up 21-0. Tom Brady throws 4 interceptions, and they lose 34-31 against the Bills. Meanwhile, Oakland comes out and just manhandles the Jets, 34-24. Darren McFadden, who right now
Run DMC.
He's the early season lock for MVP in this league. Monstrous game, 171 yards, 2 touchdowns, 234 yards rushing. The Raiders had last week against Rex Ryan's vaulted New York defense. Problem is, the Raiders don't play any defense. I mean, they gave up 34 first downs, 481 yards, and blowing that big lead at Buffalo. Last week to the Jets, they had 25 first downs allowed, gave up 439 yards. So maybe the best way to play this game is to go over 55.
Well, Belichick, he's 11-5 against the spread coming off a loss. These Patriots are going to be extra focused. They're going to be ready, and they're going to score 50 points. So you got to ask yourself, can the Raiders score 40 points? I don't think so. So in this game, I mean, it's really easy to me. You know, I take the Patriots here. I lay the 4.5 points. Nothing fancy. Oakland just doesn't have enough firepower to keep up on the scoreboard.
And let's remember one thing here about the Raiders, because I concur with you. I think New England is the play. I also like the over in this game. The over, you have to think that, you know, this is a Patriots team that has scored 30 or more points in 11 consecutive regular season games. There's a reason they've gone over in 19 of their last 22 games.
You can't be scared of the obvious sometimes.
Exactly. Now, meanwhile, you look at this Raiders team. They are an undisciplined team. Hugh Jackson trying to change it. They're young. They're overly aggressive, and that's why they've had 30 penalties in 3 games.
And most of those penalties have been aggression-type penalties, which I think isn't as bad as just making flat-out mistakes. These guys are coming, and they're coming with purpose, and sometimes you're going to get flagged up a little more when you're coming like that.
Okay, so I'm in agreement with you. I like the Patriots, and I like the over at 55 in this game. Final game on the board, Baltimore and the New York Jets. And, guys, before we get to it, just remember, you can get my best bet today. You can get Steve's latest play from his Baltimore crew, which, you know, I think has a price tag today of $79. They're 27-13 over the past 4 years. You can get our plays and the plays of all the handicappers at picknation.com for free today, simply by trying out the one-day free all-access pass. No strings attached, guys. You get our plays, our analysis, everything that every handicapper has today for free. So check it out at picknation.com. Our final 2.5 minutes here. Let's give it to the Baltimore-New York Jets game. I mean, the Ravens, I missed the boat last week on the Ravens. I said on the show I thought they would hammer St. Louis. Why I didn't bet them is beyond me. I mean, definitely a lapse of judgment there, and I mean, they dominated. 406 total yards in the first half. Joe Flacco, 27-48, career-high 389 yards. They roll 37-7 over St. Louis, a franchise record, 553 yards in total offense. Of course, they needed that after looking pathetic in a letdown situation at Tennessee, coming off the Pittsburgh win a week earlier.
They're riding the seesaw up and down every week.
Now we know here the Jets are coming off a loss. They got by Jacksonville 32-3, big deal. They barely got by the Cowboys in their opener.
And there's extra motivation for Ryan because, remember, that's the job he really wanted over there in Baltimore.
Exactly. But the question is here, I think this is a fairly priced number. I think it's a great number, 3.5. Is it the way to go, though?
Al, you know I'm a Jet fan, and I'm going to tell you straight up like it is. These New York Jets are a complete fake, and they were exposed last week in Oakland. They have nothing going on offense. They can't put points on the board. Yeah, they blew out the Jacksonville Jaguars, but that's the Jacksonville Jaguars. They're going to have a real tough time. And ask yourself this question, and I'd be interested to know from you, who's the better quarterback, Flacco or Sanchez?
Well, it depends. I mean, Flacco certainly didn't look good when he had the 3 turnovers at Tennessee. But Sanchez, you know, is actually, you know, and I'm not a Mark Sanchez fan, but I've got to come to his defense. 369 yards last week against Oakland.
But 5 and 7 yards, dinks and dunks. He doesn't go down the field. They're scared to let him go down the field.
But he also hasn't gotten any ground support either. Sean Green has been a bust. You know, he was sacked 4 times last week, and yet he still performed admirably on the road. I mean, this is just a brutal 3-game stretch for the Jets, who have the Patriots next. You go to Raiders, you take on Baltimore. But again, Baltimore a little schizophrenic for my money here. I just don't know which team I'm going to get. Were they that good against Pittsburgh, or was it the fact that the Steelers committed 7 turnovers in that game, allowing the Ravens to win 35-7? And then they go.
We give them a pass against the Titans because that was a letdown game. We talked about it that week. We warned everybody.
And St. Louis stinks.
And St. Louis stinks.
There you go. Guys, you miss any portion of today's show, you can catch it in its entirety over picknation.com. Remember, we're joining you nationally on TV, plus on foxsports.com every Sunday with the Pick Nation Report. Al DeMarco for Steve Budin. We'll be back next week to break down all of your NFL action.